Hello, Gold Team. Today's our first day working at home on our own. I wanted to make sure I walked you through the assignment. These instructions are typed up for you. Here, you can read through them. There are a couple links here that you're going to want to access. Basically, what you're doing today is opening a PowerPoint, saving it to the OneDrive, entering information into the slides, and using the online textbook to do these things. We practiced getting onto the online textbook the first week of school. Hopefully, we have resolved all of those issues with you getting in. If you experience any issues getting into the online book today, please just do your best to maybe Google the answers. That's better than nothing. And then we can work it out tomorrow when we're face to face. It's going to be too difficult for me to solve your issues in real time today because I'm in the room teaching the green team. So today you are going to open the attachment, this PowerPoint. I'm going to go ahead and click on it. You might have to hit it twice. Sometimes that happens on my iPad. It probably happens on yours too. And you're going to hit download. Now that takes us up to the circle at the top with the downward arrow. I'm going to open that and choose the most recent, which is on top. And this is the file that we're going to use. You don't have to save it to the OneDrive until you're done working today. That would be fine. Now, I would recommend using split screen today because as you're reading through the book, you'll want to be typing maybe at the same time. So I'm just going to pull up my dock from the bottom and pull my Safari over to the side so that I can see both at the same time. Now, there is a link on here. It says click here for the textbook. You will click that and then you'll follow through the login instructions. You're going to have to type in Pennsylvania as the state, Blackhawk as the school district, and then your username, which is your same, your school email that you use to log into Schoology, and then your student ID number, unless I messaged you and told you you had a different password. All right, so I already have that all logged in. I'm just going to switch my tab here. So you can have the book open on one side and the PowerPoint on the other. If you want to make either one smaller or bigger, you can do that by dragging the little gray thing. And you could even just keep doing that as you switch from side to side too. That might be a little helpful. It's totally up to you. I'm just going to leave mine in the middle. If you look at the PowerPoint on the left, it says you're going to use your keyboard to enter missing content. Go to the next slide. You can navigate through the slides at the bottom. For every Revolutionary Act, you have instructions here how to find the information. So this is how you find it in the book. The navigation acts are in Module 3, Lesson 4, English Trade Laws. So over here on the right, I'm going to go to Module 3 first. That's Module 3. And I'm going to open the student ebook. And remember, you had to allow pop-ups for this to work. If you haven't changed that in your settings, you need to do that. And then I can choose the contents, the table of contents, at the upper left-hand side of my textbook. That will bring up a list of the table of contents. And according to the PowerPoint, I'm supposed to go to Lesson 4. So I'm going to hit Lesson 4. And then I go to English Trade Laws. That will take me in the book where I need to be. If you want to get rid of the contents, which obviously you should because you can't read it if you don't, just hit Contents again and it'll disappear. Now I'm exactly where I need to be to find the information that I can type into my slide. I need to go to the next slide. You can see blanks where I want you to type in the information. So the provisions of the acts that were passed by Britain would go in that first block. That means what the act did. And then how the colonists reacted goes in the middle. That's all filled out for you already. So it looks like you don't need to put anything in there. And then you do need to fill in how the British reacted. So that RXN stands for reaction. So those are the three things that you want to look for each of these acts. So if you're reading through the English trade laws and you're reading about the navigation acts, you can see second paragraph here. It says, Parliament passed a series of navigation acts limiting colonial trade For example, the Navigation Act of 1660 forbade colonists from trading specific items such as sugar and cotton with any country other than England. So that sounds like something I would want to put on there. So I'm just going to come over to my slide and double click, and I can start typing. You could say colonists. Oh, sorry, that shouldn't really be highlighted. I guess you could change that up here. Well, you don't need to be highlighted, but I'm going to just leave it just so I can make this video. Colonists weren't allowed to trade with any other countries. You know, you could just type, and you could change the size of the font, like whatever needs to happen for it to make sense for you. All right. And you could keep going. There might be more things about the Navigation Acts that you need to put in that square, and then come over to British reaction. The colonists are upset. They wanted more freedom and free enterprise with other countries, and they smuggled. So then what is the British reaction to them smuggling and things like that? So this is how you want to do this. You want to fill in at least 3 of the acts today, and then tomorrow when I see you in the classroom, I'm going to give you time to finish. I think there are 6 total. So if you can get half of them done today, you'll be in really good shape, and then we can finish up together in class tomorrow. So the next one is the Sugar Act. Again, to navigate the book, you would now have to go to Module 4. So I'm just going to scroll through the table of contents and hit Module 4, Lesson 1, and then Great Britain raises taxes. I'll get rid of the contents again, and now I can scroll through until I find the Sugar Act, which I actually see right there in the first paragraph, and I can start typing in information that is missing on the PowerPoint. So do that for at least 3 of these and save it in your OneDrive. There's no need to submit anything or share anything with me because you're going to finish it in class tomorrow. I'll see you guys then.